welcome to Life in the Fast Lane with Matt Tift and myself. Podcast episode number 37 coming at you. 37 bottles of wine on the wall. Today is National Wine Day, and we haven't did a so I had I don't know, problem with my mouth. I don't want to go like into detail with it, but we weren't able to do a show Monday. It would have been bad. Like, you wouldn't have been able to understand me. Worse than you probably can't understand me now. So, Matt, you need to fill us in. What happened? What's going on? And how? Actually, let's start with this. How was your weekend?
Well, yeah, sorry everybody. Keith couldn't come on because we he tried to reschedule the show at 2:30.
Oh, wow. See, Tyler's dying over. I wish he had the camera. He's literally dying over there. Damn it. Yeah, I knew. I told you that. What did I tell you? You're gonna have to turn me down because He was gonna make me laugh, and it was what 25 seconds into the show, and you already did it. Good job.
Good, good. Yeah. Well, the problem is it didn't get him to shut up, but he's still here. So
It did not give me the
uh,
shot. You're right, and that's making him laugh even more.
we
Oh,
tried. We tried. I paid off the dentist, but it didn't work. But hey, shit happens, right?
that's awesome. Correct, correct.
No, I was out in Texas and glad to be back here. And yeah, so sorry we missed yesterday's show, but we're back today. So you said our episode today is the caption is 37 bottles of wine on the wall
Yep.
because it's National Wine Day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like wine?
Yes, I do. I can't drink it anymore, but yes, I do like wine. I like it's too much sugar. So basically, if I like my sugar has to be like super low for me to drink, especially
Well,
red
wait,
wine.
like a Cabernet. I'm on keto, and you can have a Cabernet, and that's like two
No,
grams of
yeah,
two
no, no.
grams of.
Cabernet's okay. Like, but I don't like. See, the thing is, I like super dry wines, like super, super, super dry wines. So Cabernet, like, I don't mind it. Like, I would drink it, but the thing is, like, I get
Wait,
nervous.
isn't Cabernet dry because
Oh
it's
yeah,
not sugar?
oh yeah, yeah, it's horribly dry. But that's what I mean though. I like it. Like, I would drink it, but I don't know because it super drops your sugar. So it either like if it's alcohol will either super drop it, or if there's a lot of sugar in it, like red wine and stuff like that, it'll shoot it up. It's like one of those things where your body doesn't know, especially if you haven't eaten anything. And my doctor was like, like I could have a glass of it. You know what I mean? Like, I could have a beer and it won't do anything. I can have a glass of wine, and technically, if I remember correctly, you're supposed to have a glass of wine anyways. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have a glass of wine a day, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what
Didn't they
my
also,
Italian grandma said.
well, didn't they also say in the 50s that you're supposed to smoke a pack a day too?
That's right, they did. I'm golden. That's why alcoholics and chain smokers live so long.
That yeah, I mean, all the people that live in like their 90s and stuff, they say, "What's your secret?" And smoking and drinking all the time.
Smoke a pack a day and you'll survive. You'll be fine. Oh, that's
Uh,
funny. It's good
well,
stuff.
yeah, I was curious about that. I mean, I'm not a big wine drinker. My parents are, but I don't know. I never. I started to like wine, and then all of a sudden, I discovered heartburn, and then I haven't liked it since.
Right? Well, the only thing is too is it's funny because you said your parents probably enjoy a glass of wine at dinner or something, or a social event. If you have social events, they enjoy a glass of wine, and that's awesome. But see, my parents didn't. My parents never drank wine. They weren't. They just my grandma did. My grandma loves wine. She loves beer too, but she's Italian, and so are my parents. But when you really think about it, it's a culture thing, right? You go to Italy and they serve wine to children there. You know what I mean? And there in Italy, their wine is much different than it is here. It's basically juice. It's basically just very little sugar, very high sugar, very little alcohol content. So I get why I get it. It's a cultural thing, but I don't despise wine. I don't hate it. I just don't drink it. And if I do drink it, it has to be super dry. It has to be super dry. And I usually want it with something. You know what I mean? Like you pair it with food or something.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I've just never been that big of a fan of it. I never really
Nah.
got it, but it is what it is. If you like it, congrats, happy National Wine Day, and just go drink alone with your cats.
Drink alone with your cat. Oh, now we're calling out crazy cat ladies. I like it. This is what we need to do. Call out crazy cat ladies. See if we can see if we can get them to call into the show, and we'll be fine.
I mean, they go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, is that Like peanut butter and jelly, cat and wine. Hmm. Maybe we're
Actually, a friend of ours gave us cat wine, which was just liquid catnip.
liquid catnip. Did they drink it? Did the cats drink it?
No, they smelled it and walked away, so I guess it didn't work.
They smell. Yeah, that is that's strange.
Yeah, that happened to me at a grocery store once too.
Really? Wait,
Yeah,
wait. Say that again, because I didn't.
I forgot to wear deodorant that day.
Oh, come on, Matt. Come on. So what's been up in the life of what's been how's the fast lane? There you go. How's life in the fast lane with you?
It's going. We're just in Texas. Thank goodness we're not traveling this weekend. We have our Memorial Day race, which is the Coca-Cola 600 here in Charlotte. So we actually get to go to Charlotte, which is nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so get to do that.
So
And
so for special, and I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong because I don't know, or not educate me. So for special, I'm assuming that's a special race, right? Just because it's a Labor Day thing, it's a holiday. What how special is that for the drivers? I mean, because COVID's clearing up now. Hopefully, things are getting better, and hopefully, as time goes on, I don't know how like the baseball park does it. You know, like the families of the players get to come, and for certain events, how special are these events to the drivers?
oh, it's big. Yeah, like this
Is it?
last week in Texas, it was an inaugural event. So we had probably close to 100,000 people there. So that was cool to see people back. Like that
Wow,
was awesome.
a hundred
Uh,
thousand people.
yeah, I
That's
mean, spread
incredible.
over 4 miles, probably between 80 and 100,000 people. Like, it was really cool.
Wow, that's
I'd
impressive.
never seen, yeah, I'd never seen an opening event really before like that. So that was cool. Yeah, this weekend's back to full capacity, so that's always
Oh, it
nice.
is back to
It's a
full
big,
capacity.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
very good, very good.
yeah. So it's a big deal.
Yeah,
So the Coke 600 was formerly known as the World 600. Historically, um, basically it's the it's a very cool race because it starts off being the fact that it's in our backyard. All the teams are based out of Charlotte. I kind of brought you that when you came down here, but
yeah.
the big thing about it is, all your friends and family get to come, and they do get to come this weekend. They've opened up the garage back to some people. So this last weekend was the first time we had the feel back of having people in the pits again. So that was awesome. So that's getting back to normal. They got a big crowd probably coming to this for being the first event back. But what's really unique about this is you want to do well for the big teams. It's a big bragging right to go win at
Sure.
Charlotte because it's what's considered a crown jewel race. So there are four crown jewel races. So like the big ones is the Daytona 500, the Coke 600, the Southern 500, and then it was the Brickyard 400, which is at Indianapolis, where the Indy 500 is. But now that race is gone, so I guess there's really three.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's one of the last remaining crown jewel races. So it's a big deal to win. It's the longest race. It goes for about 5 hours. It's 600 miles.
Oh, wow.
It is ridiculously long. So it's a true testament of endurance, strategy, for the fans, pacing, how much beer they've had.
How
It's,
much beer they've had. I like it. You know,
that's a long time to be sitting in one spot and just watching cars go around.
it sure is. But you want to know something funny about that? So I was back when I was texting you. I think you were at a race. I was texting you. I was asking you a lot of questions, and then the announcers were answering it for me before I even had a chance to finish the
Yeah,
text.
2 weeks. Yeah.
So I was watching it, and this guy was just. I mean, he was plastered, but you could tell he wasn't like bad plastered. You know what I mean? Like carry him home plastered. But they kept showing him on TV.
Wait. Was this the guy in the Chase Elliott shirt?
Yes, yes, dude. He was
He was
jamming.
directly across from we're laughing our butts off the whole
Oh,
time.
dude, he made it so fun because it kept showing him. They kept cutting back to him, and I was laughing because he was having a good time. Wasn't causing problems. Wasn't causing issues. Just having a good ass time. And I thought
He
it was
was
fantastic to watch that kind of stuff happen again. You know what I mean? Because it felt normal. It was like, okay, this is what you see at like a baseball game. This is what you see at a football game. And man, I'm telling you, he was just having a blast. And every time they showed him, he was happy as hell every time he got on TV.
oh yeah, he was having the best time of his life out there. I mean,
It
the people behind were
was.
laughing at first, and then they realized he was just doing it the entire race. So
Yeah.
uh, I feel like that's how he's the one guy that did it there. I've never been to it's like one of those EDC concerts or whatever,
Yeah.
like EDM concerts. but I feel like that's everybody there. And
Mhm.
if you don't do it, you're like the one guy that's not. So he looks weird in a NASCAR crowd, but I feel like that's what everybody looks like at an EDM festival.
Oh, he was fun to watch, man. That was that made my day because like I said, I'm starting to get back into NASCAR, so I'm watching more and more races, and I'm trying to educate myself. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to find out how I can, at least talk I want to be. I don't want to ask you dumb questions anymore, and I'm getting to the stage where it's like, okay, I think I could finally talk intelligently about this. That's all I want to do. I just want to talk intelligently about it. I want to sound like I'm somewhat educated about it. But more than that, like learning it and watching it, I'm getting more and more interested in it, and I think that's a good thing. And I think a lot of fans out there, I think a lot of people who don't watch racing, things are changing. You're starting to hit a market now, and we've talked about this off air about 100 million times, but you're starting to hit a market now where people are seeing that racing is legit. And it took a long time, I guess, to reach the market that you're not in anymore. But NASCAR has done a good job at promoting it. Teams are allowed to promote how they promote. You do a good job of promoting it. BJ does a good job of promoting it. That's what the sport needs, and it's great watching it.
I'm glad you said all that, but I'm just glad you have one topic you don't sound like a moron about.
Thank you. Matt's back.
Hey, speaking of topics you normally like, I just saw this on Twitter. So both Keith and I are big Cleveland fans. Obviously, I have my Cleveland shirt on. He's got his, I'm sure. Yeah, but well, it's baseball, but still applies here. So obviously, we're big Indians fans, and I saw this today that Zach Plezak has been put on the IL, the injured list there, because he got pissed off. Did you see this yet, Keith?
I heard he got mad. I don't know the full story though.
So he like dislocated, sprained, or broke his thumb, something like that.
Yeah.
So the reason he did that was because he got pissed off, tore off his T-shirt or his not his T-shirt,
Jersey.
his uniform,
Yeah.
and he got caught on the chair, pulled back his thumb. I'm like, this is so midsummer Indian.
It is, right? That's the same thing with like Bowers in the World Series messing with a drone, the day before he pitches like an idiot. No, you're exactly right. Like that is it is it's I hate to say this, but for one, let's backtrack for a second because Plezak, I've interviewed Plezak before. And I want to just get this out now. I don't care how bad he is of a pitcher right now. I don't care what his win-loss ratio is. I don't care what his ERA is. He's a stand-up guy, right? So I'm not going to talk too much trash about him, but we are going to talk facts. And fact is he's not the best right now. That's just a fact. So his frustration, but the Indians as a whole, we're above 500, and we're a game and a half out of first place. I can't really complain. Like I want to. There's a lot I want to complain, but then I also want to say all those people who said Bowers was bad and didn't have anything to do or shouldn't have anything to do with the Indians, I want to say I was right the whole time, and I will accept apologies and checks of in forms of checks and or Venmo.
I see. Yeah. No, I can't complain with him, but we talk a lot about sports on the show, and I think it's one of the biggest stories we've seen is Aaron Rodgers. He didn't show up to OTAs today from the Pack, which is not surprising.
Well,
but who knows where they're going to go?
It is, to me, it's surprising. Only because, and again, people don't like Aaron Rodgers. I still thought he would at least go, just that professionalism, right? I mean, I don't know. To me, I was like, that should be a professional thing. He should have went. I mean, I get the Packers are screwing him over, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they signed. I guess I don't blame them though because they signed Blake Bortles, so it's kind of like an FU to him.
It is, and maybe that's what he was doing back.
If anything else, he's probably like, well, Bortles will get him ready at least for me. But
True.
so obviously he doesn't have a contract, but you know who does have a contract, right?
Who?
Come on, they almost named the city after him in Ohio.
Who's got one?
Come on, you got it.
I really don't know.
Flavortown.
I have no idea. Flavortown.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Explain it like I'm a 5.
Guy Fieri.
Who? No. Does he? Tyler's laughing. So what? So he got a contract, but for what? That's what I mean. Like, obviously it's a publicity stunt, but why?
It's not a publicity stunt. He's diners, driving, and dives on the Food Channel. They re-signed him for 3 years and $80 million. Apparently they're doing TV contracts. like they're doing sports contracts now.
Well, right, but I thought he wasn't. I thought that's what I mean. I thought it was a publicity stunt because I thought he was getting ready to do guys' grocery games or whatever. That was getting ready to get off the Food Network. I thought there was a big dispute. I could be wrong. I don't know. I read a lot of that TMZ crap, so I don't know what's true and what isn't. But I mean, I'm kind of glad. I like Guy Fieri.
I do too. Let's see. Yep, breaking Guy Fieri signs 3-year, 80 million extension with the Food Network.
80 million extension.
Actually, somebody, Will's Melissa G on Twitter says, I've heard he's a real a-hole that you would never want to meet. I disagree because I have never met him.
Yeah.
But no, I have met him and he was very nice. And when I met him, he was fine. But what I will say is that I know a bunch of restaurants around Charlotte and around all the places we go to have been put on the map because of this show. So he's given a bunch of small restaurants a place to showcase their stuff. And I've had a lot of delicious meals. And we were on a Carnival cruise, and they had Guy Fieri's, however you say it,
Right.
his burger bar on there. And they gave me 2 triple decker cheeseburgers every day on that boat. So I have no problem with him.
I want to do that.
It's delicious.
I'm all in. Jeez,
It's
that
like
sounds great.
Chipotle for a burger bar.
Chipotle for a burger bar. I need to get on that. I don't have a problem with him at all. I thought I've never met him before, but he's put a lot of stuff on the map. He does a lot of things for small restaurants. But the only thing is, like, maybe he is an asshole. What does that have to do with what he's done? You know what I mean? Like, there's LeBron James is a prick, but he does a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, he does a lot of things for charity, and it kills me that I have to admit that, but he does. Just you don't have to like someone personally to believe that, you know, they're doing or they're trying to do good. Maybe you caught him on a bad day.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe did he not return your call? I have no idea.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, it's like there's just a lot of, you know, I don't, and the cooking is different too, because you remember Anthony Bourdain. Everybody said he was a prick when they met him too, but he was just you know, and you can vouch for this. When you're a celebrity and you do stuff like this, you don't want to be hounded everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to go out and do something without getting hounded by the press or hounded by fans or whatever.
Well,
I mean, I understand that.
you know, I never really got it. Like the whole thing about why they are like that. And this sounds stupid, but we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Even though it's not that big of a thing right now. When I watched that freaking Free Britney documentary, I never saw
Right.
how bad it was. Like, she could not go through McDonald's without being swarmed.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if
saw
I had
that
to
too.
live like that, I would go live in a hole.
Oh, yeah, well, she did. And everybody says Britney's crazy, and I don't think she is. I think she just got.
I don't care if she's crazy or not. I'm just saying that if you're, I mean, maybe all these guys are assholes because, like,
That's what
just-
happens.
right. I mean, if I had 50 people chasing me every second of my life, I would.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I would do.
No, it would get to the point of annoyingness, and that's what happens. Eminem sings about it. We watch Britney crumble because of it. I mean, look at what Justin Bieber did. Justin Bieber does he looks like a homeless person. Have you seen Justin Bieber? Like, he's purposely trying to, like, look like a jackass. And like, he can't take the fame either. He's going crazy. People do weird things under pressure, man. They really, really do, and you don't know what happens until you're in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not there.
One of my, I used to watch Modern Family all the time, and the dad
Good
Phil
show.
on there. One of my favorite scenes, talking about pressure. he he goes, "I don't always do very well under pressure," so it's a cutback scene to him, and he dings the doorbell, and Claire, his wife, opens up the door, and it's him holding an alpaca, and he goes, "I had to get us the last one."
See that stuff? I love it. I love it. Let's. How about we take one of our quick first breaks? You want to? And
Do it.
what do you? When we jump back in, what are we chatting about? TV shows, money, movies. What do you want? What do you want to talk about?
We'll figure it out over the break. In the meantime, share the show. We are also streaming live on Twitch and
We
YouTube,
are.
which we talk about much on here. So make sure you go share those pages.
Yeah.
Also, if you missed today's episode and you're rewatching this, you can catch it on your car ride or whatever, on where the streaming places are found. And other than that, yeah, that's about it for now. So we'll be back.
All right, we'll be back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Life in the Fast Lane with Matt Tift and myself. So we weren't sure exactly what we wanted to come back with, but then Matt hit me with a text right as I was walking back into the studio. We got to talk about it. So we've talked a lot about PlayStation versus Xbox, right? But nobody ever really brings up Nintendo anymore because there was a while, dude, before the Switch, Nintendo was like a dying company. Like, I mean, they still had their stuff. Don't get me wrong; they still had Mario and all that other stuff. But in the console wars, they were like dying. They weren't putting out good quality stuff. They were basically staying with handheld, and then of course the Switch came out and just, I mean, it's great. The Switch is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful console. But what is the question of the day?
All right, so the deal here is Nintendo is gonna like okay, it's like one of those pick on things. Okay,
Yeah,
so you got to pick. This is just a disclaimer. I know nothing about Nintendo. I played the N64. I,
that's fine. That's
I
good.
might know a couple games off of here. I probably don't.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy to be talking about this. I played the Wii. I can play Wii bowling, pretty well.
the we the
Baseball, Wii Sports Baseball. I hit dingers.
hit
Other than that,
dingers. What's your batting average on Wii Sports Baseball?
at least a 750.
Oh, it's better than the whole Indians combined.
Yeah, well, I mean, no. If anybody hits 750s because they played in the postseason, they went up 3 times out of 4.
Yeah, right.
So, all right, here's your options.
Yeah.
You have to pick two of these. And I'm not a Nintendo guy, but I know like Mario Kart and Pokemon, but like I don't know the games. I just know
Sure.
of them.
Right.
Punch Out, Mother, Chibi Robo,
Chibi Robo.
F-Zero. No wonder this is never popular. Pilot Wings, Golden Sun, sounds like a cereal. Mega Man Soccer, Excite Bike, sounds like somebody who would open up for Monster Jam.
I can't.
Wario,
Oh
Super
man.
Mario Strikers, that's definitely a soccer team. Kid Icarus, that sounds like where they got iCarly from. Custom 10 Dogs, okay, I remember people playing in 10 Dogs. Star Fox, is that like before Car Fox came on?
You don't remember it? Like there's some. I'm waiting for you to read the list and then I'll comment.
I got two more. Pokemon Stadium, aren't they always in Pokemon Stadium?
Oh,
And Advance Wars that has a gear in the back. So
best game ever.
I guess Advance Wars is like what mechanics going up against each other.
Oh, so no, not even close. But
Yeah, you're in a Nintendo game. What are these? One's a breakfast cereal. One's an open for Monster Jam. The other one's a bunch of dollars. What do we
you've
got?
never played Excite Bike? Dude, that was a staple for the original Nintendo. Like Excite Bike was like, oh my gosh, this 2D world is fantastic. I think they even had Excite Bike, if I remember correctly, for the Atari, but I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally remember playing.
It hurts my soul, dude. But Excite Bike. So Pokemon and Advance Wars are the two that they have to bring back. They have to. Like, Pokemon Stadium, if they're gonna remake it, they got to do it. And Gears. So, dude, do you like strategy games at all? Like, I mean, if you were to play a game, like, because you see, like, so for me, I'm more of on console. I'm more of a sports fan. Like, I like your Maddens, I like your NBAs, the MLB, that kind of stuff. So, do you
Yeah,
like strategy games at all?
I like Monopoly. If I'm going to play a board game,
Okay, so no. So
that's a strategy. No, that is a strategy game.
Monopoly
That
isn't a
is
strategy game. What's
Yes, it is.
strategy about? No, the only way is okay. So the way I play Monopoly, you would hate me because I make backdoor deals. I'm like, all right, listen, get me out of
I do
jail.
too.
Do you? That's the way Monopoly should be played.
Trades and swaps and houses switching.
Yup.
You have to do it that way. If you want to play Monopoly, okay?
Yep.
Do you think the little guy became a tycoon if he wasn't making backdoor deals? Of course he would.
Matt Trump. Oh, that's awesome. So okay, so Advanced Wars was a game that started out on the Game Boy, and it was, I mean, actually I think it was the Game Boy Advanced. So I mean, it was like it's super old. I mean, it's like probably 20 years old now, but it's one of the best strategy games that I've ever played. In fact, I can't find it anywhere. I can't, like, emulators, like when you try to get the things on the computer to rip it and see if you can play it. I still can't find that on an emulator. That's how like just this game had a big fan base too. But It was a turn-based game, and it was one of the like kind of one of the first turn-based games where they had the hexes, and you can only move so many, either direction. It was like just so good. You got to watch videos on it. It's really, really, really good. That game has to come back.
All right. And
You were
what
like
was
in
the other
charge of a little army, huh?
one? And then you wanted Pokemon Stadium. Is that like Yu-Gi-Oh or something?
No, no. Yu-Gi-Oh is Yu-Gi-Oh. Pokemon.
No, Beyblade. That's what I'm thinking of, Beyblade. You remember that?
Beyblade. It's even worse. No, it's not. That makes me mad that you know what Beyblade is, but you don't know what Pokemon. Dude, Pokemon Stadium was on the N64. So if you started out playing the N64, you at least know. Well, so Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Stadium, I'm pretty sure, came out for the Nintendo 64. But it was like,
Okay.
no, I mean, no, it's not like Beyblade. What in the world?
Well, I'm gonna think of a stadium, and they got like these little blades and stuff, and they're hitting each other. I mean, so you're gonna save those two, and you're not gonna save Golden Grams?
No, I'm not saving Golden Grams. I don't even know what that
Oh,
means.
what's the name? Sorry, Golden Sun. My bad. Golden Sun, not the cereal. Golden Sun.
A Golden Sun. That doesn't sound any better. I don't even know what that is. That's one game, honestly, I don't know. What is it called? Golden Sun?
Mm-hmm.
Golden Sun. Oh, it looks horrible. It originally came out for the Game Boy Advanced. Golden Sun is a series of
This is
fantasy.
why I don't remember it, because I would go to my neighbor's house and play the N64, but then I never had a Game Boy, so
Never
I
had a
can't
Game Boy?
relate on any-
Oh, man, I had one. Golden Sun is a series of fantasy role-playing video games developed by Camelot Software, planning and published by Nintendo. Golden Sun follows the story of a group of magically attuned adepts who are charged with preventing the potentially destructive power of alchemy from being released as it was in the past. Yeah, I never played that.
So basically, it's like the Cold War.
It is funny, though, if you type in Golden Sun on Google, your tweet comes up.
Huh.
Like it's the very first thing.
But does that not sound like the Cold War? They're trying to save each other from the thing of alchemy coming up, and we're just fighting about the Cuban Missile Crisis, about that potentially.
Cuban
Did they
Missile
base the game
Crisis.
off of that?
I mean, maybe it would make sense. When was it released? Let me find it. It came out August 1st of 2001, so I was still in high school.
Yeah, it's only 10 years after the Cold War. It's definitely based off the Cold War.
10 years after. God, I was in high
there
school
a part-
10 years after
Was
the
there a
Cold
part
War.
in the game where you knocked down a wall?
Mr. Gorbachev. No, the only thing is, like, I don't know. This is one I honestly never played. But Pokemon Stadium, I guess if we're going to bring back Pokemon Stadium, it wouldn't almost make sense to bring that back because there's Pokemon Tekken now or whatever. Or Pokemon, what's it called, Tyler? Pokemon, it's like the fighting version of it. It's like MM.
Oh, Pokemon Go.
No, not Pokemon Go. What the hell? do you play Pokemon Go?
No,
What is wrong with you?
I was never a Pokemon person.
Okay, so you were never a Pokemon, like at all. You just didn't ever got into it.
I never understood it. I knew who Pikachu was, and I played Kirby on Super Smash Brothers.
Those are not even the same. Tyler's dying. He's a rolling. I'm not even sure what Kirby had. Kirby's not a Pokemon. You understand that, right?
But he was on Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but Mario's not a Pokemon, and Mario's not Super Smash Brothers.
Isn't Charizard a Pokemon?
Is he in charge of the Pokemon?
No, is Charizard a Pokemon?
Yes, Charizard is absolutely 100% a
Wasn't he
Pokemon.
on Super Smash Brothers?
I don't know. He might have been. I think he was.
Therefore, Kirby is a Pokemon.
Kirby is not a Pokemon. People
Why
are.
not?
I guarantee you, people are yelling at their computer screens right now.
I don't understand why that's such. I don't get it. He has powers.
He
He has-
does, but he like
Yes.
swallows things. It's like Yoshi.
It's all the same thing. It's all Nintendo. I don't get it.
No, so all right, so let's so we're gonna have to have a Pokemon Day where you download Pokemon Go. Basically, it's real easy. I'm really confused on what you don't get about it.
No, I know what it is. You go around and you go capture Pokemon in random places. and
Capturing
you
is so bad. You don't capture them. You forcefully
But-
make
and
them
then
your
you have a
friend.
hacker put it- Then you have a hacker put it in some guy's house, and then that's where sex trafficking comes from.
What? That might be the single-handedly worst explanation of Pokemon I've ever heard in my life. Hilarious, but completely wrong. Well, I don't know. So basically, you catch Pokemon, you capture them, like you just said, you force them to be your friend, and then you force them to get their ass kicked. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe humans are bad.
Literally,
Even on
what you just
Indigo.
said relates exactly back to my point. They're just holographic.
You're right. No, you're right. Teaches not so. Teaches not so.
It takes a little while to click, but I mean, it's not that great.
All right, so maybe we won't bring back Pokemon Stadium, but Advanced Wars we for sure have to bring back.
So is Pokemon Stadium just all the captured people that they throw in the Roman Coliseum and tell them to see who makes it?
Yes.
Like the Hunger Games for Pokemon?
Now, see, that is a game. Now we need to make the Hunger Games. Could you imagine little Pikachu hauling ass with those people?
You do realize that they've made the Hunger Games as a video game, right?
What is it?
Fortnite.
Oh, you're right.
Think about it. You have 100 people.
Yeah, you're
you have
right.
different
Yeah.
regions shut down, and it's the last man standing.
You're right.
Am I
It's-
wrong?
No. You're absolutely. The sad part is you're 100% right. And I like the Hunger Games. Like that was one of my favorite book series. But now I want to make it with Pokemon. I want to
Okay.
see. I want to see
They should
Pikachu
make
do
Fortnite
it.
with Pokemon. They should make it with SpongeBob so he can go. Squidward can go kill everybody.
Now, see,
Why
I
would-
believe Squidward would kill somebody.
Yeah. So why stop there? Why not put in Jimmy Neutron? I don't know.
Oh, you're getting a little bit past your prime here. Jimmy Neutron. That was an older show. I used to watch that.
I watched it all the time.
Did you really? Did you watch Planet Sheen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I like Planet Sheen. I like Carl the Blob.
Sure you
They had to put Carl. I did like. He made me feel comfortable about myself because I was a blob.
So Carl was never mind.
What were we gonna say, Matt?
You like Carl? Here's your friend.
Yeah, yep. So actually, the War series was also known as Famcon Wars, but it was now called. They changed it to Advanced Wars. It's a series of military turn-based tactics video games, usually developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo. The series debuted in Japan in August 1988, 1 year after I was born.
Again, the Cold War.
You know what though? You're right because it just. Oh man, yeah. You know what? You're right because it just said that it was developed by Intelligence Systems. Yeah, dude, and it was developed in Japan. I mean, obviously, but
I mean, you still have the generation that's living after we bombed them. So, yeah, that was Nintendo is literally just the Cold War put into fun video games for kids.
I
Putting it
didn't.
Right there.
You want to know what sucks though is I didn't realize that they had a GameCube version of it, and it looks a hell of a lot better than my Game Boy version of it. I'm a little upset about that because I would have because I had a GameCube.
Well, I guess I mean we're learning a lot of things about those games back then.
Yeah, like the graphics are absolutely atrocious, but the game was still fun. You know, growing up, and they had it for the Wii.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. It was called something. It was called Battalion Wars 2. Still part of the Advanced Wars, the Advanced Wars system, but they also have it's like a little mini cult following for this game.
I looked up F-Zero. It has some sort of a race car, so I'm in. So I'm gonna pick that one.
What's it called? F-Zero?
Yep.
I never played that one either. Okay. I thought that said freeze for some reason. Dude, you wouldn't last 5 minutes in this game.
Why? So get bored?
Yes. Dude, the graphics are so horrible you would beat this game in 14 minutes.
14? You just said it wouldn't last in 4 by beating 14? I'll take that bet.
I mean, you would get bored. Like, you would be like, either you're going to beat the whole game or you're going to stop after lap 1.
I'm down. I'll do it.
I'm down. What other ones do we not know about?
Well, Nintendogs, I do remember that one because everybody had played that.
What was it?
Nintendogs because the DS they had that. So I remember like my sister played it. I feel like all the girls played Nintendogs.
Oh, yeah. Everybody liked that. I kind of want it again. I think I had it.
Did you really?
I think so, but I think I had a version of it on the computer. I had like the dogs. I think I had cats and dogs on the computer. I can't remember.
Hmm.
It just wasn't Nintendogs. That looks real. Looks like a real dog. Oh, it's adorable.
Oh, the Nintendogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're creepily real, aren't they?
They are It's got a little Mario hat on. It's adorable. It's adorable.
Oh no.
They are creepily real. Ooh.
Ha! I've good news for you guys giving me crap all the time.
Yep.
Maybe bad news for me, but good news for you guys.
Yeah.
The Powerpuff Girls live action reboot pilot was scrapped.
Oh, it's not there anymore?
Nope, it was too campy. I don't know what that means.
It means exactly what you think it means. It means the
Yeah,
people
I don't-
who
I don't-
the people who had crushes on them maybe shouldn't watch a live version of it. I'm trying to put it nicely.
I was 8. I'm good now. I'm okay.
I'm good. You know what? All right, fine. We'll move past this. But if the Powerpuff Girls, if they scrapped it because it was too campy,
What does campy mean? Like they're on camping?
no, Matt, that's not what that means.
This is
at all.
slang that I don't understand.
Try to put it like overemphasizes certain things there. We'll put it that way. Maybe they enhance some things. Got to remember, like it's sexual. It was a little too sexual.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
I see. So like the Scooby Doo original movie, the one with Prince, whatever his name is. You know what I'm talking about?
The one with Prince.
Freddie Prince.
Oh, Freddie Prince. Yes, when Velma got all was it Velma? Yeah. When she got all excited.
Yeah.
That's a good word for it. He said, yeah. It said, yeah.
On that note, we're going to take our last break of the show because I don't know where this is going.
You don't want to know because now we're defining campy. I'm super upset that the Powerpuff Girls aren't doing a remake, and I've learned a lot about video games that most of the time, if it was Nintendo, was based on the Cold War. So I mean, I'm learning a lot. We'll be right back, guys. Let's see what else we can make compared to communism when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Man, don't-
welcome back from our last break to Life in the Fast Lane with your very, 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 very intelligent host, Matt Tift, and me. I was trying to make you feel good, but it didn't work.
No, I appreciate your trying there. Well, so while we're at break, I was looking, and so apparently the NBA playoffs is going on. I didn't realize that.
Yep, me neither.
No, seriously, I had no idea. I feel bad, but I seriously did not know.
Makes me laugh.
So, the Brooklyn Nets, who they have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, a couple other guys. I don't know who else. I don't really follow it anymore. James Harden, that's it, dude. So apparently they're like the other super team since the Warriors or whatever.
Right.
And so apparently this guy Joe Harris, who I've never heard of before, they've been all blocking the entire super team except for him. He has drained 4 out of 4 3-pointers. And I would just like to say that if I could shoot like 2 3-pointers in a row, like on a YMCA court, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. So go this guy. He doesn't have a Twitter account.
YMCA court. Did you say he doesn't have a Twitter account?
He doesn't have a Twitter account. Yeah, that's how small he is compared to the rest of them.
That's horrible.
And
That's
he's
horrible.
literally
to say.
carrying the team.
Now, does he not have? Does he not have a Twitter account, or does he have like 688 followers?
No, he does not have one.
Oh, so I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't know what that means. I'm ahead. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about that for a second.
Sure.
Is it just me, or maybe it's maybe it's a Cleveland thing because the Cavs aren't in the playoffs anymore.
Right.
But why do I not care as much about NBA basketball, like playoffs and stuff?
I mean, can I be completely honest with you? I don't
I think
care.
I know where you're going, but sure.
I don't care at all. Like I stopped watching it. So we won the championship. LeBron left, and I cared. No more. Basketball just doesn't. Like, I don't mind. Like, the only basketball I like is March Madness, and then I don't even watch that anymore. Like, I don't even get involved like I used to. There used to be a time where I would sit down and not move until the games were over.
Watch basketball. Yeah. So for me, I love basketball. Like, I think basketball as a general sport is cool.
Really?
I have a crap ton of respect for it. What I don't understand is when it comes to basketball now, I don't want to see a game that's 145 to 133.
See, I'm the
That's
opposite. I guess I'd be the opposite of that. I guess I'd want to see high-scoring games. You want to know why I don't watch it
You'd be
anymore?
watching right now. If that's true, then you'd be watching right now.
No, but
Because-
but I'd want to see that. But this is why I don't watch it anymore. And honestly, I say the same thing about certain movies and stuff. It's too political. I just don't want to get involved in it. I don't want to have the conversation. I want to watch sports and watch sports. You know what I mean?
I get it, but take out the political part of it, right?
Yeah,
So
but
for me, I don't want to watch a game where every shot they shoot is made. Like I want to see Shaq out there go up and block a ball. I want to go see him
I
get
can
in a fight.
understand
And
that.
not, like they're making fun of the Oscars the other week because LeBron went up. He didn't even get tapped. Did his famous flop on the ground, and they made a whole hilarious montage of him getting an Oscar for it.
Well, yeah, dude, not
And-
only that, but he spent 30 seconds on the floor. Do you realize that on the ground for getting poked in the eye, maybe? Oh, 80 seconds. I'm sorry, 80 seconds on the floor.
He did not.
Right. He spent 80, trying to convince people that he was injured and everything else, trying to draw the fouls. Maybe that's why I stopped watching it, because you do have people like him, Steph Curry. They're flop artists. Anderson Varejao was a very good example of being a flop artist and everything else. And it was okay when he was on when he was on the Cavs, but when he went away, he became a flop artist. And you could really, of course, we needed something to complain about. I don't know. Basketball to me used to be a contact sport. You went hard in the paint. That's where the saying "go hard in the paint" came from.
It's weak now. They dribble. They do
Yep.
fancy dribbling, which is cool. Like the hand-eye coordination on that stuff is insane.
Yeah. Oh,
And the
yeah,
shots-
absolutely.
The shots they can make is insane. But the way they play now, it's like I want to go see him go up there and get knocked on his ass. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see it. I don't want to see him go up
100%.
and then flop.
No, 100%. That's exactly what I want to see. No, you're right. And maybe that does have something to do with it. Maybe it's like, why? Why are we sitting here watching? Okay, so go be an actor then, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, it's a contact sport. And it got to the point where we started making fun of football because you couldn't sack the quarterbacks, and when you had to sack them, you had to make sure you put a pillow down, read them a bedtime story, and cover them up. You know, the old Kevin Hart skit on ESPN. But the thing is, like, basketball is the same way, and I hate to say this, but baseball, like, sports are not sports anymore. They're just not, and I don't know why.
You bring up a weird, interesting point that's weird about baseball right now.
Yeah.
So the amount of grand slams and home runs right now,
Yeah.
and no hitters,
No
is at an
hitters.
all-time high.
Oh yeah,
One way
dude.
or
Think about it. Cleveland has been no-hitted twice. Like that's
Yep.
that's almost kind of unheard of. You know, even for a crap team.
It was impossible if we're being May.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I don't know things like that. And you're right. The grand slams, the massive amounts of home runs that are being. I mean, look at Otani. For God's sake, he's pitching and hitting, and I mean he's throwing 7 innings, going out there hitting 2 and 3 home runs a game. He's a good player. He's great. That's exciting to watch. But you're starting to see no hitters and all this stuff because they're taking the game and they're basically saying you're either going to swing for the fences because that's what everybody wants to see, or the home runs. Nobody wants to play small ball anymore. And it's the same thing you were talking about basketball. They're going up there and they're flop artists. They're doing the fancy dribbling, and nobody knows how to block anymore because everybody has focused on the shot.
Yep. Well, it's just like I sent you a tweet the other day, and it was they got all pissy because they had they're leading 15-0. They had a grand slam against whoever it was, and because we were talking about this on the last show.
Yeah.
But then this happened. They're leading 15-0, hit a grand slam. Okay. Well, don't let them get on base. Like, I'm so tired of hearing them crying about all this stuff. Like, if you can't throw a no hitter, apparently the other team's going to hit 20 runs. So if you
Absolutely.
play small ball and you play for little hits and give up little pitches, you're probably not going to have the bigger problems in there. So it's a weird thing with
100%
I don't know
right,
what's
though.
going on with sports and all stick and ball sports, but it's so soft.
No, it is. No, it is. You're right. And here's the thing: you obviously know the ins and outs of NASCAR. You were a NASCAR driver. They don't like. You were even talking about, May. There's certain things you just don't do. The unwritten rules, and mainly your unwritten rules are for safety. Like that's a different. That's a whole nother different thing. Your strategy, and as I've been getting more into NASCAR and watching it, and as the team you own. Rooting for you guys and trying to get you guys, me trying to promote you guys, however you want to call it, and getting more involved. I'm starting to realize that NASCAR is more of a man sport than baseball is, or basketball, or football for that matter, because you guys still have the same mentality of I'm going to win, and if you got to spin somebody, you got to spin somebody.
Yeah, I would agree with all that except for fights. I like what Kyle Busch said. He said in an interview with Brand Marshall and some of those guys, he said,
Yeah.
I hate NASCAR fights. If I'm going to go up and fight, I'm just going to go up and start swinging and deck them. And so he did that with Joey Logano before. So I like the mentality. Like, you know what? You're right, because you get people involved and they all go to the floor, and then there's people pulling people apart. And it's like just stupid. So
Right.
he said, I'm just going to go up. I'm just going to swing somebody in the face because I'll never have a shot because I'm not going to talk to them. I'm just going to knock them out.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, but that's everyday life. I mean, that's just you take that to the bank on that one. But all right, so we're coming to a close here. Make sure you check out my Twitter at KeithMeiger1. Make sure you check out at Matt_Tift on Twitter. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Spotify. We are on every single podcast platform that you could possibly imagine, even some you probably didn't even know existed because I sure as hell didn't. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter, and we're on Facebook. Anything else, Matt?
Let's see. I think you went to rehab, so you're not on a lot of things anymore. So that's good.
That's fact. Oh, that hurt my feelings a little bit. Don't tell. You're not supposed to tell anybody that.
Oh, right. My bad. Yeah. Well, we don't have any sponsors on the show except for me for Keith. So, in other words, have a great night.